Teaching has never been more easier with a situation where it's actually working. I can't believe it. These are all like 10, 15-minute videos. And before I even get a chance to hear what I wrote to listen to what I talked about, it's already uploaded. I have never gone through that. I'm absolutely flabbergasted. So we're now on to chapter 4. Chapter 4 is just what we're playing with here. We're playing with worlds. All right. One world after another world. And this is about traveling. This is what I'm trying to get at here, to show you that this has to do with our trespasses. Okay. This is also how no one on earth is greater than God. They just aren't, because they were made that way. All we have at best is Father. That's the best that we got. Okay, he'll either take us on a nice trip through Saturn, this idea of Father being Satan, this idea that this is the beast, our skin, our mind, our lower mind represents this beast, and all it really means is it's the material side of us. And maybe those ones that like to lie and like to cheat and like to steal. But, it's all up in your mind. If you want to be a good person, you can still be a good person. If you want to be a bad person, you can also be that too. It's the teacher that we're left with. And we're allowed to grow our hair with this person, with this devil, while we're doing this. But all along, all those people that believe that they are worshiping God, they don't know anything about Mother. They don't understand this part of her. She's hidden so well in the scriptures that you would think that, well, where's what's going on here? What's going on? Well, we're all being born on this earth with the grievous head wound. We don't have Mother. All we have is the child wrapped inside of us, inside this dead person now that we found out is dead, and that this child is inside there, and it's in a trough. It's going to be ate of. We know him as the third part of us is bread. When we go up there before the Lord, he says, he just loves the smell of us. Remember, it's about unleavened bread. It's the whole idea that when we go up and get cooked, he's just like, he just loves him some good cookings. All right. But that's whenever he's taking the sacrifice. All right. Right now, there is no sacrifice. We won't have the sacrifice until he teaches Moses how to build the tabernacle. All right. It's pretty cool shit. All right. Let's see how this comes out. Now, we're on chapter 4. Before we begin, we're looking at the 4 worlds. We're talking about the mind. We're talking about this elevator that brings about our emotions, dealing with the sun and the moon. This is the moon side, having to do with our emotions and raising and lowering of water levels and stuff like that. This is the fowl, the birds of the air, stuff like that. All right, the fish of the seas. It's beautiful. It's the second phase of consciousness. Third is the air. We're talking about the stars. We're talking about our flesh, which is outside of us. This is the third part of this. And over here is our spiritual side. What's going on in there? Are you following Father? Or are you following Mother? All right, because those are two different things altogether. So we're on our way to chapter 4. Let's try to get this in and out as fast as possible. Okay. All right, Genesis 4. Let's go to town. Are you going to go to town? There we go. Chapter 4. All right, here we go. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I've gotten a man from the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was the keeper of sheep. All right. But Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain, this is number 3, that Cain brought the fruit of the ground as an offering unto the Lord. And Abel, he also brought the firstlings of his flock and the fat thereof. and the Lord had respect for Abel to his offering, but unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said to Cain, why hast thou wroth? Why so wroth, And why is thy countenance fallen? Just being low. This is 6. If thou doest well, thou shalt not be accepted. And if thou doest not well, if thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted. And if thou doest not well, sin lie on the floor, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel, this is 8, and Cain talked with Abel, his brother. And it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him. All right, that's the last one on here. This brother that we're talking about in here is this idea of the outside of us, the male side of us, the dark. This is black, usually the color of darkness, even if it's in the sunshine, because darkness is that. This kills the spirit, all right, or the soul of us, the brother, takes them out altogether, okay? And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I do not know. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, you are your brother's keeper. 10, number here, 10, right here. And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. Number 11. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. So if you thought that mother and father caused all these problems, you'll see that it's just a repeat of the same story. When thou tillest the ground, this is number 12, the final one over here. It says, when thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. Her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shall thou be upon thy earth. This is number 12. And he's telling us again, you're not going to be able to get the strength of her. You're not going to be able to get mother. You're not going to be able to get mother. This is number 12. 12 is an intervention. And it's showing again, nope, you will not get there. All right? You're a fugitive. You're a vagabond. And that's how you shall be on this earth. Okay? And Cain, this is number 13. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Is this one here? Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid. And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that every one that findeth me shall slay me. Number 14. Everyone that findeth me shall slay me. That's so beautiful. Because I'll tell you, this is number 14, is representing the body. And when you find out, and I'm telling you, if you can't figure it out, you are Cain. You are this lower mind. And when you find out, you are ordered to kill it. All right, let's not go too far ahead. All right, let's have 12, 13, 14. 15. And the Lord said unto him, therefore, whoever slayeth Cain, this is our physical side, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord shall mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. This is a great thing. Number 15 represents the 6. And when you can get, this is the idea that when you got this number 6 is representing the business, the works of us. And this is how we get rid of evil in us. We have to prayer and fast. And fast means to cut off the lower mind, cut off Cain. When you figure this out, that's what you get rid of. You're going to kill Cain. And you have to. That's the whole point of it. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord and dwelt in the land of Nod on the east of Eden. All right, so he's on the other side of Eden. And Cain knew his wife and conceived and bare Enoch and built his city and built the name of his son Enoch. And unto Enoch was born Irid and la la la. Look, and then there's a whole bunch of names and names and names. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech. And Adam knew his wife again and bare a son and called his name Seth. For God said, she hath appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew. And to Seth, to him also there was born a son, and he called his name Enos. And began men to call upon the name of the Lord. So 6, 7, 8. So with Seth, do we get this idea of people call upon the name of the Lord? That'll be our final one over here, number 9. So as these worlds turned, now each one of those things with the names would have told you what each one of those guys. All right, let's go back. There's no reason for me to have done that. Let's try this again. All right. So let's see, 18, 4, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and then we're left with 2. So it'd be 21. And his brother's name was Jubal, and he was the father of all such as handled the harp and organ. This is number 21. 22. And Zia, she also bare Tublicon, an instructor of every art something and brass and iron, and the sister of such and such was such and such. And Lamech said unto his wives, Ada and Zillah, hear my voice, ye wives, hearken unto my speech. For I have slain a man to my wounding, and a young man to my hurt. And if Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold. All right, so it's just gotten bigger. All right, it just means that our trespasses grow larger and larger the longer we are detached from God. That's how this is working out. All right. And so then 25 and 26, we just get back just to 2. Adam knew his wife again, and then Seth bore a son. So it's a continue and continue and continue and continue. This is Saturn. This is the energy of Chronos. He just wants you to keep doing the same things over and over again. And it's like the wheels of times, and everyone keeps going over and over again. And we're actually being governed mostly by the cosmos out there, and they like to blame the cosmos' problems. Like, if we get hit by something like a comet, oh, it was God. God gave us this. But in some ways, there may be some truth to it, because the worse that we get, the further away from all of us, every eon, every age that goes by, and we go further and further away from God, the world slips into more and more darkness. So there's also a folly that people think that as we continue on with our lives here on earth, that things are going to get brighter and better, but they don't. Okay? I don't mind being the bearer of bad news when it comes out of our Bible. It's about time people woke up, and it's our behavior that's driving this world. If you understood that if there were more people tuned into the light and into the truth, what a beautiful world this would be. All right. So anyways, I love you guys. Let's go do another one before it's all over.